And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting out with the satellite imagery, you can see low pressure here pulling up into the southeast Bering Sea and the front extending here north of the Pribilos right across the Kuskokwim Delta, Nunivak Island and Bristol Bay, and just north of Kodiak Island, spreading some rain up into the southern Kenai Peninsula. Homer had some light rain today, and rain across the southwest coast as well. Especially Bristol Bay, but a fair amount of clearing here farther to the north into Cook Inlet. Some clouds over the Alaska Peninsula, or I'm sorry, the Alaska Range there. But fair conditions all the way out into the Seward Peninsula. A lot of sunshine today at Nome, on in toward the Tanana Valley, Nenana, and those areas. Farther to the east, though, more clouds, as well as up toward the north. More clouds extend all the way out to the Arctic coast. And a pretty fair day over the Panhandle. Rolling this through again, you can see this front slowly lifting northward, spreading clouds slowly up and across the Kenai Peninsula into the southern Kuskokwim Valley there. Again, with fair conditions north of that front, and then some more clouds up here farther to the north. And out to the west, another band bringing some light precipitation there into the Adak area, and that kind of associated with another low here sitting north of Shemya. Forecast for tonight, that low drifts eastward here to southwest of St. Matthew Island. Westerly flow keeps it wet and breezy over the Pribilof Islands, extending down toward the eastern Aleutians into the Alaska Peninsula. But some clearing for the western and central Aleutian chain. Farther to the north here, some snow likely for St. Lawrence Island. Mixed precipitation extending in along this front into the southwest interior, Kuskokwim Valley. And actually a weaker low developing here, spreading rain over the Kenai Peninsula and at least into western Cook Inlet and Prince William Sound area. And that'll extend eastward to a certain extent, maybe some showers around Yakutat, but increasing chances of rain here along the southwest coast or the southeast coast tonight. Pretty fair with an isolated snow shower or two over the east side of the state here, and dry for the Arctic coast and the north slope. For the day Monday, this front weekends here along the North Gulf Coast as it lifts northward. It'll keep areas of rain going with definitely cloudy skies here for the Kenai Peninsula, mostly Prince William Sound eastward there into the northern Panhandle, becoming more showery down to the south, and cloudy with some showers around for south central Alaska on up into the Alaska Range. But north of the mountains there, pretty dry all the way up to the Arctic coast there with chances of snow here. Seward Peninsula, Norton Sound, maybe the coast of the Yukon Delta. Mixed precipitation for the Kuskokwim Delta, this low just west of Nunivak Island. Southwest flow pushing surges of moisture up into the southwest coast and across St. Lawrence Island. Another surge here tracking eastward there with pretty numerous rain and snow showers moving into the Pribilof Islands. But looks like all that will stay north of the Aleutians. Could see some clearing for the Alaska Peninsula, dry for the Unalaska, Dutch Harbor, Nikolsky area. And this system sliding southeastward here may bring a chance of some light rain to the Adak area. Otherwise, that's about it. Moving on to the day Tuesday, that low weakens into a trough here, leaving some areas of snow behind. Light snow showers over the southeast Bering Sea, mostly off the coast here, except for St. Lawrence Island through the Bering Strait. So as you get inland into the western interior, pretty dry conditions there. High pressure, light winds out here for the central Bering Sea into Adak and Atka. Ahead of this system is bringing stronger winds, possible gale force winds coming into the western Aleutians there, with that tighter gradient ahead of the frontal system. And then low pressure brings more rain into Kodiak Island, and the front and southeast flow spreads out up into the southern Kenai Peninsula, especially the eastern peninsula there, on up into Prince William Sound, Whittier, Portage. Probably see some precipitation, as well as along the western Alaska Range into northeast Bristol Bay. Isolated to scattered rain or snow showers with mostly cloudy skies in the central part of the state, breaking out to dry conditions with a fair amount of clearing up there for the North Slope and the Yukon Flats, eastern Brooks Range area. And a trough keeps a lot of shower activity in over the southeast coast. And for the day 3 outlook here, Wednesday, front brings rain, especially with this warm front. Looks like a pretty wet day for the Panhandle there. Rain could be a little bit on the heavy side around Yakutat. Lighter as you move west here. Not much getting into Prince William Sound, kind of cutting off around Cordova, extending back down toward the east side of Kodiak Island. And otherwise mostly cloudy here across southern Alaska, but scattered afternoon showers developing for the Alaska Range and the eastern or the upper Tanana Valley into the 40-mile country. Fair. Quite a bit of sunshine farther to the north there with dry conditions all the way out to the Arctic coast. Weak ridge of high pressure, actually just a lack of storminess here will make for light winds and dry conditions with a chance of some sunshine here. Pribilof Islands, Alaska Peninsula, and Bristol Bay. This front weakening, main low center holding back to the western near the Komodorsky Islands. So as this front pulls away, especially down toward the Aleutians, it'll weaken. Still be some gusty winds, but probably small craft advisories here with rain. Moving across Adak and Atka, becoming showery back behind the front. Should stay dry through the day for the Fox Islands as well as the Pribilofs. And for the lows tonight, anywhere from 10 above to 10 below for the North Slope and the Arctic coast. Teens through the Brooks Range, 20s for the central interior, 30s to the south, 30s and lower 40s for the eastern Aleutians. We'll see in the 30s for the southeast coast. And for the highs tomorrow, 45 to 50 there in the Tanana Valley, all the way down into McGrath and Nikolai, lower 40s in Bristol Bay, Alaska Peninsula area, and the Aleutians with lower 30s for St. Lawrence Island. Highs 5 to 15, north sloping the Arctic coast, in the 20s for the Brooks Range, and 45 to 50 for the southeast coast. And for the lows, upper 30s to lower 40s for the Panhandle, 30s here southern Alaska, 20s to lower 30s in the central interior. And for the northern valleys there, south of the Brooks Range, we'll see in the teens, all the way out toward Kotzebue, 20s to lower 30s, St. Lawrence, or for the Seward Peninsula. Otherwise, basically a little below zero for the north slope and the Arctic coast, around 0 to 10 below. And then the highs anywhere from 5 to 15 here north of the Brooks Range out to the coastline, and upper 40s to lower 50s for the Tanana Valley. Into the 40s here for the Kuskokwim Valley in the western interior down to Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, 45 to 52 south central Alaska, and highs in the 40s to lower 50s for the southeast coast.